Hey agents, Renegade here. I am about to go on my first big op and I've got 2 agents I'm about to meet who are going to be my guides. Hello? Hi, this is Christina.
Hi Christina, this is Crystal.
So I'll be pulling up in just a second. Hi, Mikaela.
Amazon
Nice to meet you.
I moved out here from Austin.
Oh, nice.
It's amazing when you play Ingress in a place you can meet people really quickly.
You just moved out here 6 months ago?
I did.
So did I.
Oh,
Yeah.
Should we go inside and plan the op?
Let's do it.
All right.
So Mikaela and Crystal are really wonderful sisters. They clearly love each other a lot.
My sister and I grew up very differently.
Since I was a teenager, I've played computer games and I love it. It's really fun.
I understand games and I'll play it for a little bit, and I enjoy them, but the thing I don't like is that I'm like, man, my knees hurt from just sitting here. She got me into Ingress. I had just so much fun. It's like we were 15 years old again, like sneaking out of our house. The way I play Ingress is I like to go out and explore stuff and learn about, the different areas that I visit.
It's a very different game when you have to go outside, really deal with real challenges in the real world.
We have a really exciting field planned for tomorrow. All 3 anchors involve an adventure to get to. You have to take a boat and then hike, and then when you get there, you have to use a satellite modem. It's a unicorn portal. The reason that challenging anchors or unicorn portals are so special is that a field isn't just 3 people throwing a link. It's a huge effort. You don't want to put everyone through that and then have your field stand up for 10 minutes.
It's just made a badass.
So after I first met the Bell sisters, we went over to meet with the rest of the agents and set up all the details for the op. This is Christina. Hey, how are you guys?
Wait, you're one of those sisters, right?
I am, yeah. Okay. So what is our plan for tomorrow?
We're going to throw a field that covers Los Angeles.
So when you're making a field, you're linking 3 portals together.
Since a field is a triangle, it has 3 vertices, which we call anchors. The anchors for our fields are 1, a place in the Channel Islands called Santa Cruz Island.
So what's happening tomorrow is we're waking up at the crack of dawn, catch a boat to Santa Cruz Island. Then when we get to the island, we're going to hike up to this old oil well, which is this big old piece of machinery in the middle of all this untouched natural beauty. 2, a place called McIver's Cabin. It's a historic cabin that's only accessible via dirt bike. And then to the east, we're fielding basically in a national park, which is around some very prickly cactuses in the desert. All these places have been selected because of the difficulty in reaching them or the relative lack of proximity to any other human being. There's no cellular coverage there, so that means your cell phones won't work, but there are alternative means of access, and that's also something that we specialize in.
It was so neat for me meeting those other agents. Up until now, I've only played by myself, and I learned so much just hearing them all talk.
Some people make antennas out of Pringle cans, and in our case, we have satellite modems.
So let's introduce you to the beacon.
Everybody.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, so Josh, could you give us a brief rundown of how the satellite modem system works?
Well, there's satellites, and then you've got the modem.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to get data there, and if all that fails, we're gonna bust out the satellite modem.
Well, I think the things that we're most afraid of, the heat. Temperature tomorrow will be in excess of 100 degrees. We could break down. That would be bad. Getting stuck in the mountains would be even worse.
This is a sort of a map that changes basically second by second and hour by hour.
Sometimes you work really hard and you plan this field for months, and then some blocker on an island in Alaska ruins it for you.
So the meeting ran late last night and we all got about 2 to 3 hours of sleep. Everyone's a little pooped, but we got up this morning at dawn and hopped in the car and we're getting ready to go.
Blocky check.
Confirm.
So we're going to Santa Cruz Island where we're gonna hike into the mountains to find this oil rig. We're here! We made it!
It was beautiful on the ferry. There were dolphins swimming with us. It was amazing. There were some issues that I think if we had been better rested, we wouldn't have encountered, but when we first got on the boat, we realized that we brought the wrong power cord for the cell phone booster.
What's our risk factor?
You always want to have multiple options for data, and we're down to 1.
But I'm very stressed out that we left the cord that we need.
It's, go satellite data or go home. So satellite is our backup plan. It's now our primary plan.
So the hike to the portal was a little more intense than anyone expected.
It was so hot.
It's so hot here, it's 106 degrees. No shade, no trees.
It's hot and it's steep, but we had to get there by throw time. Hey, I don't want to get like heat sick or something. I need to rest for a minute. Felt like I was slowing the group down, which was not a good feeling. Sorry. I'm worried about overheating and you lose like most of the heat through your head.
My sister's weight has fluctuated a lot.
Being a computer person, I mean, my job is working with data and computers, and my favorite pastimes are gaming. So when I was computer gaming, I didn't get a lot of physical activity. I
We'd work, come home, eat, and play your little internet spaceships or whatever.
It's kind of a thing in the gaming community too. There's a lot of people with indoor jobs that go home and play video games and don't get enough exercise. So I was overweight to the point where my doctor was talking to me about, diabetes risks and stuff like that.
When she started playing Ingress, she got really excited because she, all of a sudden, she was, enchanted with her neighborhood. She would come home and, walk her dog and play Ingress. So she started walking her dog, 3 times a day.
Nothing quite motivates me the way that Ingress does. I did lose 100 pounds, I guess, or somewhere in that neighborhood playing Ingress.
Wow, you really are a different person. You can borrow my clothes now. I don't know if I like this,
It was a happy moment when I, went to the doctor and found out I was in the healthy weight range instead of an unhealthy one for the first time in a couple of years. People don't understand when you try and talk to them about Ingress and how it changes your life. I need to get cardio. It's really good for you, but it doesn't matter. I don't care. I won't do it. Except if there's a portal at the other end of that. And I understand that it's ridiculous, but it's actually helped me be a much healthier person.
How many people total do you think are working on this?
I'll have to count at the end for you, but my guess would be 50.
That's awesome.
So today we woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, drove out to the base of the mountain. We took off. We kind of screamed up the hill. Yeah, I think the biggest strength of our team, we're 100% dedicated to the task at hand. The trail was actually in a little bit worse shape than it was the last time we went up. It could have been smoother. If anybody else had problems, there wasn't really a way for them to communicate with us to let us know until we actually got there.
We arrived in Ahu about 8 a.m. The landscape there is really tough. It's almost like Mars with cactus, So we finally get up to the portal, waiting for Brandon's ready to throw.
Those teams were fine. They were all in place, in position, everything was ready to go there. Not a word from the team on the island, so I was starting to get a little worried.
We made it! Woo!
So we were working pretty hard to get to the top of that hill, but it was such a sweet sight when we saw that oil rig and knew the portal was within reach and there was no one else around who was going to steal that baby from us.
This seriously is the coolest location.
So thank God for this thing.
Yeah.
This thing.
What? We were a little concerned at first because our satellite didn't seem to be working.
Well, see, the thing is that it doesn't have a clear sight of the satellite. The satellite's over there, and you've got all this in front of it.
And with 3 major missions happening at once, it was very important that we coordinated and made sure we did things at the right time.
I don't know if we can get data from a place where we can reach the portals.
But we'd heard a rumor that there was one little sweet spot for cell phones, so we decided, hey, we gotta try it, and started roaming around, testing out our phones, trying to find that magic spot.
When we first arrived, it was unclear to operators where the Santa Cruz Island folks were.
The worst case scenario would be they arrived and then somehow lost their connection, and then we couldn't link to it.
We weren't able to get in touch with ops, so we were getting right down to the wire.
The number 1 rule is you can't take an action without talking to the guy running the op, because you might be doing something unexpected.
Okay, we're searching. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. 1 second. We got cell phone service.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
These days, if I get a call from a number that I don't recognize, well, I just naturally assume as a telemarketer. But I was like, well, what if it's something important?
Brandon!
Yes, finally!
Hey, we're on top of the mountain.
It's very unexpected to get a call from an agent on a phone.
When we finally got data connection established,
We were really excited.
Ooh, we got 5 bars.
Look at you.
Very exciting. I know, and it like sounds like it's exciting.
You name a place on the path of this link, and we had people there helping us to clear.
Terry's flipping now.
Okay, we're about to flip.
We're about to flip.
I had to power keep it before I ate it.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
They already were connected and like ready to close it, and we could see that a resistance field was probably going to come from the south and block us there.
I'm right in the middle of a situation, so sit tight.
You were going to link to the cabin,
Cool.
the portal that Josh is at.
Is that closing that field, or that's just throwing the link and someone else is going to close that?
You were going to close the field.
It's up to me to send the final link to complete the field.
I can confirm that I have blockers down, so Terry should throw it.
So now?
So well, we'll be able to throw it.
Okay, so link to the cabin.
we should have data.
Should I do it?
Yeah.
Moment of truth.
We did it!
We did it, guys!
And have a picnic.
Yeah, now we have a picnic.
That moment where they were telling me to complete the link was thrilling.
9,044,000.
No
big deal. No big deal. No big deal.
You guys are so awesome.
Yeah, you're the only level 5 with 9 million mine units that I've ever met.
sisters. So, Rebecca, I would just lovingly like to show you my stats. That would just make me really happy.
It's a big adrenaline rush when you accomplish something like that, and we set a goal and we attained it, and there's a great feeling associated with that. I don't know, there's been a million times where I'm steering a character in an online multiplayer game where your character's running around through all these beautiful landscapes and you're sitting in a air-conditioned living room. You're not actually getting to experience all the cool things that the character's doing, and that's a really neat thing about Ingress is I am the character.
Make established.
Yes! Nice. Awesome. We got a link. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. Yes!
So stressful.
I know!
Confirm the link is up on Intel. Oh, look at the curve.
Oh, it's all about the curve.
France to Brazil. Confirm the link is up on Intel.
Brazil to France is up. Do I have permission to link to Brazil?
Make this megalodon roof